schedule look like?
No.
Not really.
Turn it a little bit.
I may hit my good side, Brandon.
Will do.
I was talking the Chihuahua trip.
Oh, you didn't screw it on. No, you did. What's loose? This is loose. There we go.
How many views do we get? Do we get any views on these satanic meetings?
Oh.
We get like 4 or 5 views.
Yeah. Because one will watch through the website, one will watch through YouTube.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And sometimes a page for Curtis and monitoring downstairs as well. So mostly.
We used to do a podcast with a guy, and I was like, "How many people listen?" He goes, "Oh, lots." I'm like, "Well, how many's a lot?" He's like, 31. I'm like, "That's not compared to this, yeah."
We're doing this first for a year.
So scroll it right. Yep. Live stream. Yep. The only thing I can check on this one is the computer.
Jeremy, is there any excitement in the fan base for Purdue, the old Oaken bucket team?
I think the writing's on the wall for that one. So
It's kind of like the Bengals and Steelers as a Bengals fan.
yeah, it's like, it's been one of those seasons where it's like they've done little things well. So I know everybody knows they're heading in the right direction. It's just now it's just having the patience of rebuilding and getting the right folks on the roster. And
It can happen in a year. I mean, I use a great example of that.
yeah.
Not yet. I just.
So yeah, we'll be there next Friday night, but I don't think any of us are expecting for a black and gold victory. So
Sometimes those rivalry games, you just never know.
YouTube really good live watching. This is just watching to make sure. But that's you. But the one is you.
Maybe today, I'm checking. I'm cold.
Don't bump it up too far, Mr. Ketch. He knows.
is he one of those people that has no patience and just ratchets it up like 20
We'll be up
steps?
to 75 before you know it. That's not gonna fly.
Yep, I don't have the breakdown yet. 1.5, I don't know. Well, excited, listen, Harper Jackson, 1.366, excited. 1.65. Right. I think. Or you just gave us a couple. Send Laura the heater bill.
Turn it up.
Say, crank this room up.
I turned it down and you turned it up.
I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
In that, I guess.
It is a little standalone unit though. We didn't have a choice. Standalone rooftop unit.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that it's standalone. It's easy to,
Yeah.
some things like, coffee guys are like, oh, we gotta change the schedule. Or get, they plan on calling somebody on.
For sure. 27 slots. I would say it feels like the first day of school was just last week.
Now you're eyeing the end of the semester.
Now we're eyeing the sprint here. Brian, I came across a picture. You were a high school student moving to the State House. Remember that?
Yep.
That was a few years ago. Where does that time go?
I know. I was actually looking through the video of it.
Were you? Oh, yeah? Yeah.
It's been, I think it's sophomore.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah. Been a long time. Definitely a cool experience. So I would say, elementary school. Larry, how we do that. So.
It was a fun day.
Nice weather.
Did Mr. Allen take you out to eat that guy? Did you guys get to stop on the way home? Okay.
2 days.
I know we had the tech conference.
So I do taxes
At some point, it's around
our
that.
county financial. You know, Jason.
Merge into one eventful day.
Jason. Oh, you're opening up a key.
Jason, actually,
I want to take a sequester.
this is what you
Oh, yeah.
you will see the email to us, so we're expecting it's really 4, and it's only 36
8 boys. You can't keep.
especially that much.
Oh, they probably far better than 8.
6 is separate. It's always been right. Some part of it should be part of that, right? I can think so. So yeah, so we'll have to figure out. Right. But yeah, it's like it's that's all we had to drive on the drive, so we could look at it.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Just waiting for fresh blood to come in.
Yeah. I get it all 4 to 2.
Okay, so it's, what is it?
I mean, you're expecting 4 to 5, so yeah. Okay, so you're.
Can we ask you a favor?
That's on your other duties this summer.
Yes. He did such a great job.
Sorry, I was like, yeah, sure.
Photo credit goes.
Larry, do you
Put
help?
that at the bottom. Photo good or bad photos.
I might want to help Larry out.
I know.
Oh, ask for change?
Yeah, BCSC.
Okay, so we have to update the signs then. Obviously not.
That one ain't working.
So B. Okay.
This is a perk of having a meeting, right? You just-
I'll fix it afterwards.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. It is nice having you guys here. Thank you.
don't care if Paige says it, hey guys, I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. See, Madam President, this is where we have a new meeting. You get to have people here.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get it to connect.
Yeah.
You're my big child. We need to update.
We need to update our signs.
Yeah.
He's gonna do that for lunch, he said.
I think I just did that on the camera, so it's not gonna work. Yeah.
It was not user error.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
I wonder about myself sometimes.
I missed that.
All right, it's noon. We'll go ahead and call the meeting. We'll stand for the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Ketchum, we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Madam President. Good afternoon to everyone. That we begin every board meeting with our mission, and that is together with our community, BCSC is committed to providing an engaging and relevant learning environment based on a strong foundation of academic knowledge, transferable skills, and of course, real-world experiences. Batesville Bulldogs embody confidence, empathy, and resiliency to ensure 21st century success. So with that, we'll roll right into our presentation today, Madam President, members of the board. We have a very raucous crowd here today. This is obviously one of the benefits of having noon meetings, so I do appreciate everyone making some time in their schedule. Mr. Joslin, thank you very much for that. Without further ado, I will turn over to the Executive Director of probably the best community foundation in Indiana, BCF, Ms. Ann Wilson.
Been here from the Education Foundation to update you. So we thought we would come and share some news because we have quite a bit of it. If I can go to the next slide. So I don't want to run through all of our programs. It'll take too long, but the list is right there. The ones in blue are the ones I wanted to touch on briefly today. The Bulldog Ready Guaranteed Experience Grant, which is new, some news on scholarships, and then our annual campaign updates. So in case you were not aware, we kind of pivoted last year, and because of the Bulldog Ready Guaranteed Experiences that are happening, those of course don't come free. Those have a price tag. So we have pivoted and we are donating $5,000 each spring to the school corporation to pay for things like supplies, bus drivers, those kind of expenses for the guaranteed experiences. Then in scholarship news, I'm pleased to announce that we have 2 new scholarships coming on board next year. One of them is coming from the students at the intermediate school. They do their Chalk the Walk event every year, and they're going to be establishing a new Bulldog Ready Attribute Scholarship that will be awarded in 2026. I've been meeting with Dana Cassidy at the intermediate school, and we're working on the scholarship criteria. The applicants are going to have to display in some way how they embody one of the Bulldog Ready attributes, and then we'll be giving 2 $2,000 scholarships away for that. And then I have a new memorial scholarship for Ronnie Pedro, who is a BHS grad. A friend of his established a scholarship, so we'll be giving away $1,500 in 2026 for that. And you can see every year our total keeps going up, which I think is wonderful. And then our annual campaign update. Before I get started about the annual campaign, I have some BCF board members here. If BCF board members will stand so I can identify you. So Sammy Hardebeck, who has been the annual campaign chair both last year and this year, and Trisha Geneline, and then Jama Linkle Cleghorn. So they came to support us today as we talk about the annual campaigns. So the 2024 annual campaign update, this one's been a long and involved process, but I'm pleased to say that we're near the end. So we raised $125,000 from the Education Foundation, and then Lisa Tubison, if you will stand, Lisa is the wellness coordinator for the school corporation, and Lisa raised $105,000 in extra grants for the Wellness Center. Let me go to the next slide. So just make sure everybody's aware. So we took 2 classrooms in the high school, and we are converting them into a combination guidance office and then kind of mental health, anxiety, wellness center. And I've just got some kind of in progress pictures there. And then we are having an open house that just got confirmed, right, Lisa? On Tuesday, December 9th. It will be from 5:30 to 7 to show the public what the wellness center looks like. If we can go to the next slide. So it features, like I said, it's in a more private location now. Still has the guidance office there, but then has kind of 4 main areas. It's got a biofeedback area for the heart, math, anxiety program, a privacy area for students that are sort of needs a little bit of an issue, need some privacy, an outdoor patio, and then a small area for community groups to meet. So we're really pleased with the way it turned out. Lisa, would you say we're pleased with the way it turned out? Everyone that goes in there says this is such a great space for students. It really feels like a different, like it's not in the high school when you walk into this room, which is what we wanted. So that's an update on that one. If the board has time after this meeting, I'm happy to take you down there. I know you might have other things going on. Otherwise, December 9th is the time to come see that. And then our 2025 annual campaign, we have some visitors here from the middle school. Would they stand up? And Dave Strauss, Principal Austin Bilal, and then 3 of our science teachers are here. This team has been remarkable of working with us and coming to us with the idea, and we kind of went with that. So we raised money for an outdoor space at the middle school. When the building was built, when I was a 6th grader, it had an outdoor learning space, and then it went away. So for the 50th anniversary, we wanted to bring that back. So that's a list of some of the ideas they have for what they want to spend their money on. And then the next slide is mainly why we're here today. So we're here to present a check to the school corporation for $54,000 for the middle school eco lab. So if we want to bring up our big check and have everybody here, we'll take a picture.
Photographer. Yeah, so.
Which way have you go?
I don't know, whatever you guys think.
Is it safe?
Here. Dave, you should be here.
Tim, this is your photos, your take.
Yeah, let us know.
That's good.
You're close together like you like each other.
Okay.
I don't like to be just like I'm tall.
Great, thank you. Thank you. But again, thank you to the middle school. They've been great. And so with some of our other projects, like the primary school, we kind of took charge and, we spent the money, but we've given them their $54,000. And I know they have a lot of really great ideas about how to use maybe internal sources to try to source some of these things and get as much bang for their buck. So it's been a pleasure to work with them. And then my final slide just announces that we're getting super close to that $1 million mark for what the Education Foundation has done for the school corporation. You can see our scholarship number keeps going up and our grant amount, but it's a pleasure. I think all of our board members would say it's a pleasure to work with the school corporation. We find it easy to raise money because people see what the school corporation has done and people want to give to us to support all of you. So do you have any questions? Happy to answer any questions.
No,
Great. Thanks so much.
Mr. Strauss, before you leave, is there anything you'd like to add to that? Again, because what a great project. And he was introduce your staff. I don't catch you on the way out. So.
Yes, Timmy Jones, gonna come on up. He teaches our STEM lab there at the middle school. So STEM's due this year, and so we're building some things within that. This grant's going to help us do that. Jennifer Russell also teaches the 6th grade science. One class is 7th grade, right? 2 classes is 7th grade science as well.
Who's counting?
And Tara Mills, 6th grade science and social studies as well. So they're the ones that got together with their other 2 science teachers at the high school. This is Sandy Byer and Mitch Taylor, and to come up with some of the ideas for the BCF. So we're very thankful to the Education Foundation, very thankful to the community who came together to support. We're really excited to get started on you laugh. So thank you. Yeah, thank you. Mr. Cloud, the assistant principal. I didn't want to forget. Thank you.
Well, Madam President, before we continue on our agenda, I do want to publicly thank BCF and of course Lisa Tubison, our wellness coordinator. Without these two, the Batesville way is to kind of partner up with different organizations, different philanthropic arms, and again, tremendous job. My 9 years has been fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the open house on December 9th. So with that, we'll roll right into our agenda. First consent agenda item for your consideration are the consideration of minutes. So with that, Madam President, I'll seek a motion to approve those minutes as presented.
So regular minutes. I seek a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Thank you, Larry. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jeremy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll continue down our consent agenda items. The next item for your consideration are payroll journals and register of claims. You do have a new 5 pages of claims that Mr. Nabi has provided for us. Of those claims, Mr. Nabi had shared with me that a large portion of that are Kurt's contract for outside lawn care, and also a Margaret Mary Health, $20,000 investment in student behavioral health support. And Mr. Nabi, what was the third main contributor of that total? Do you like when I just randomly call on you?
Oh, it was the train or the news heating and cooling for primary school.
Total in all, $104,000. Give you a moment to look over those. Happy to answer any questions you have. When you're ready, I'll seek a motion to approve those as presented.
Does anyone have any questions?
Paul, I do have just a general procedural question. For building budgets, are those established at the beginning of the school year, or do those get established like on the annual basis, consistent with a lot of how our other contracts are?
Building budgets are January 1st through December 31st.
So those are getting set up now.
Those have probably already been set up as we build the budget for you to approve. Within those budgets are the building budgets every year. So the building principals have access to the new money starting January 1st.
Do we get like reports on those at year end or at the start of the year? And again, this is my familiarity, right? As far as what those are set at, because I know it's 87 pages of expenditures and how those get allocated across buildings and where those budgets. Sure. Again, just for curiosity.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have Mr. Hunter reach out with these totals. You might know those stuff, but each building gets a defined dollar amount, and that building works within a defined dollar amount. And the thought process is, instead of them always asking for something, they kind of know the constraints they have to work under. If there's something larger, they need some support, then we have a different conversation. Happy to provide those budgets for you.
And again, just a familiarity aspect for me. If we can meet you and I and talk through that, because again, I just don't know. Because a lot of the boards I serve on are going through that budget establishing process, and I just didn't know how that worked for our buildings and schools.
So all of our expenditures have to be billed to a specific building location. So even payroll is required to be apportioned to a specific one of the different schools. But yeah, so it sounds like maybe you're more interested in supplies and equipment and that sort of thing. Or?
Well, I think all of it would be of interest just to see, if we're consistently overextending in certain buildings or underextending in others. Just informative for us.
For sure.
Or at least for me. I don't know if others feel the same way. So
I'm laughing, Mr. Bobby, make sure there's not a lot of overextending that occurs.
Sure.
No, that's not right. That happens.
Right.
For sure. Good information for you to have.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yep, for sure.
Any other questions? Can I seek a motion to approve the payroll journals?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Sean. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Larry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll continue on our consent agenda items. The next list of consideration for you is a list of personnel. There are no changes, correct, Mrs. Cole, since the board packet was distributed on that list?
I did make one change. I added. let's see, where did we add? I think I added the cafeteria staff member in there somewhere, but it was like on Monday, so.
So with that, I'll seek a motion to approve that list as presented. The most recent entry is Janice Lamping, cafeteria staff, so I'm going to make that assumption that was entered on Monday. But happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions? Can I seek a motion to approve the personnel?
I'll make a motion to approve the personnel report as well.
Thank you, Jeremy. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Sean. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll continue down our consent agenda items. The next item for your consideration are travel work requests. You have that list there. Happy to answer any questions you have. Again, all travel is obviously school related, as you can see on the list. So I'll seek a motion to approve that as presented, Madam President.
Does anyone have any questions on the travel?
No.
Can I seek a motion to approve the travel?
I will motion.
Thank you, Blaine. Do I have a second? Thank you, Jeremy. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll transition to the school's financial report. Without further ado, I'll turn it over to Mr. Tim Hunter.
Right. On the screen, we have the financial statement for up to the end of October. We have a lot of activity in, of course, the education fund and the operations fund, not much going on with debt service or rainy day in October. But starting off with the education fund, you can see we began the month with a little over $2,076,000. Our revenue in was a little over $1.5 million, with expenses a little under $1.4 million. So that budget climbed nearly $130,000 over the month to end at $2,206,296. That represents 12.4% of our appropriations for the full year. So we're in really good shape in the education fund for this time of year. Obviously, with some later agenda items, approving certified staff contract, we would have retroactive pay that's going to take some of that balance down a little closer to normal. And then in January, we're looking at a 3 payroll month again. So in really good shape in the education fund at this point. Debt service fund, you can see we had just miscellaneous revenues in. We will get in November and December our second half tax draws. And then in December, Mr. Nabi will make our second half debt service payments. So the balance won't change a lot between now and the end of the year, but you can see it's around 1.45 million as a balance at the end of October. The operations fund started with nearly $3.7 million. We had revenues of $178,000 with expenses, relatively light month for the operations fund of $442,000. So that balance dropped by a little over $250,000, but still stands at over $3.4 million at this point in time, which, as you're well aware, the operations fund will get significant revenue from the second half property tax draws as well. We've had no activity in the rainy day fund for several months, but the balance across all of those funds, $7,068,725. So between now and the year end, we'll have the property tax revenue coming into debt service and operations funds. And then we should close out the year probably north of $7.5 million, maybe closer to $8 million. So which is really the best that we've ever been. So in a strong position right now. Any questions?
Mr. Turner, since we start to make repairs to roofs and stuff like that, are you going to start to report how we're doing on?
We can bring back those, maybe a separate report, because a lot of the items that we intend to spend money on from our recent bond issue, it's not one big project like the Innovation Center or the athletic fields, but mechanical improvements and the roofing work and several things. So yes, we can include those balance, kind of keep track of running balance of where those funds sit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for Mr. Hunter? We'll transition, Madam President, to the portion of our meeting for patron comments.
And at this time, if there's anyone that would like to comment, we just ask that you keep it school related and no school employee or student be named specifically. So the floor is all your guys' if you want it. We're good. Move
Okay.
on.
We'll transition to our first and very important action item, the approval of the 25-26 collective bargaining agreement. Again, we held our statutory tentative agreement last Wednesday. Much of those details we went over. But again, this board should be proud that this corporation is able to invest up to $3,100 additional pay, which on average is about a 5% increase, Tim, across all levels, between 7 and 5%. And also, in addition, we're able to contribute an additional 5% towards healthcare premium costs. Again, that still maintains our 8% cash balance, so it's a fiscally responsible. Most importantly, it's a sustainable contract. But percentage increase, it's the largest in the area. And as I said earlier in the email, and I'll say it in live stream, we are the lowest funded school per student in southeastern Indiana. So we are very good stewards of our money, and we invest money where it should be, and that's our people. So happy to answer any questions you may have, but with that, I'll seek a motion to approve the 25-26 collective bargaining agreement.
Any questions? Can I seek a motion to approve the bargaining agreement for 25-26?
I'll make a motion to approve the 25-26.
Thank you, Jeremy. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Larry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. The last action item for your consideration is the approval of the classified compensation benefits package. And again, I'll give Mr. Hunter all the credit. He's done a nice job over the years kind of making this pay scale work. And on average, the increases from start to top end are between, again, 7% at the starting hourly rates, upwards of 5% on the top end pay rates. So again, happy to invest in our people. Additionally, we've increased our daily bus routes to $120. Our daily substitution rate for daily subs to $110. Additionally, we've increased healthcare premium contribution on behalf of this board 5%, and also lowered the threshold to access retirement benefits. And what that means is there was a trigger. You had to work at Batesville schools for 20 years. In order to get a multiplier, you get $100 per year service, plus you can cash in your unused sick days. We lowered that to 10 years. And the rationale is more and more people are joining our team later in life, which is hard for them. And we didn't want to disincentivize people or penalize people who've been good employees for 10 years not to access these benefits. So again, that is a change that was not shared in the original draft. So on page, let me clarify that for you. On page 16 of the classified handbook, I just want to be very clear with you that does model what we did in our collective bargaining agreement with the class certified staff. Item V, page 16, it will read, retirement pay shall be provided to retiring classified employees according to the following requirements as stipulated below, providing the retirement employee has reached the age of 55 and has at least 10 years of experience in the corporation. If you jump down to item C, there are 3 thresholds. What does not change is the $100 per Batesville service, per year of service for Batesville. What does change, we kind of condense that 10 to 19 range is $55 per unused sick days. From 20 to 30 is $60 for unused sick days, and 31 and above stays at $65. So again, that does model, and we try to treat all educators equally. That does model what's in the collective bargaining agreement. So with that, happy to answer any questions you may have. Seek a motion to approve that classified handbook update as presented.
Anyone have any questions about that?
How many classified employees do we have?
Mr. Nobby, I'm going to guess about 150, maybe upwards of 200.
Close to 150 full-time, then there's
Okay.
all the part-time and substitutes.
I understand.
Closer to 200, yes.
Paul, I know, looking at the evaluation metric on the back, I know we changed that for our certified staff. Is that something that you all are looking at to bring up to speed with our evaluation system of certified? Obviously, that took a lot of time and effort, I anticipate. It would be the same now. It may not fit, right, evaluate. So staff for whoever on that metric may not fit the mold, but I just didn't know if that was going to be done.
Yeah, that was a goal, Mr. Chairman, there to have it approved now. We just didn't get there. I anticipate it'll be next year. I'll give Mr. Stone King some credit. He's taken that and kind of condensed that, but conceptually, again, grow model, right? We want all employees of BCSC to have goals and work towards those goals. So this will be the last year for this current model. Ms. Cole's very excited about that. She wants to score 72 out of 72 one last time. We'll move forward with a different evaluation system.
Any other questions?
No, Paul, I would just compliment everybody on getting it done swiftly, right? I know there's a series of hurdles from finding out what the state budget is to what our budget is to then getting the the collective bargaining agreement done and then following up quickly with the classified staff. So I just kudos to the team on getting that done quickly so that the retro pay can go out and then we can move forward, right? So
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Raver. Again, we have an amazing team here. Thank you for the clarification. So for our certified staff retro pay to August 1st. For our classified staff, that begins on the January 16th payroll. So these pay rates will go into effect on December 29th, which will reflect January 16th payroll. So just a clarification for there, but thank you, Mr. Raver, very much.
Anything else? Can I seek a motion to approve the 2026 classified benefit package?
I would move.
Thank you, Blaine. Do I have a second?
I'll say it.
Thank you, Jeremy. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll continue on. Superintendent's report. I won't read to you, but as always, we have a lot of great activities coming up, including the world famous 8th grade DC gift certificate sales going on right now. I think upwards of $200,000 in gift cards is sold. Again, that money stays right in our community, right? So it does two things: supports 8th grade students going to DC and economic development in our community. So great fundraiser. BIS is selling poinsettias. We have our fall play at Batesville High School in the auditorium, 21st and 22nd November. Thanksgiving break begins next Wednesday, unless we have a snow makeup day, which looks like we might not have a snow makeup day. Although I'll be honest, last Monday was a little surprise, so we'll just keep knocking on wood. In December, again, the BIS poinsettia fundraiser ends, as well as the gift cards, and we begin to make our tours at the Chateau and other places. Our Cape Kids and our Kiwanis will be around celebrating the holidays with our community members in those facilities. We visit the waters, and again, it's a great opportunity for our kids to interact with our kids to interact with community members. Our next board meeting is December 17th, same location, same time. And then our last day of school before the new year is on Friday, December 19th. It says 22nd is our first break, but the 19th is our last day. And every teacher in this corporation has that date circled on their calendar.
And students.
And students. So with that, Madam President, I'll turn it over to you and to the board for any comments you may want to share.
I have no comments. Anybody else?
I'm fine.
I know it's been a news-heavy month for us, but I do think I want to tip the hat to Batesville High School for their Blue Ribbon Award. I know that came out in the midst of a lot of other stuff, and so I don't want that to get lost in the shuffle. I think we as a school board have an expectation that's what we achieve on a regular basis, but just because that's the expectation doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be celebrated and acknowledged. And so I, as a school board member, I think all of us want to just tip our cap to the high school, and that we should continue to celebrate them, because I think, as I understand it, that is the ultimate recognition from the school system standpoint. So I think that got a little lost in the shuffle over the last month. So I just want to make sure that we all reach out to the high school at some point in time
I agree.
to acknowledge that, because I think it is a big award. And timing, certainly on the announcement, probably put it behind the 8 ball to some extent. So just make sure that you reach out to your high school folks and pat them on the back. So.
Thank you, Mr. Timmer. And I will say this, it is a true K-12 ecosystem. So those high school students come prepared from both St. Louis and K-8. So it is, I view it as a corporation award, even though it is celebrated at Batesville High School. We'll be in Indianapolis this Friday night to accept that award on behalf of this community. And it is an amazing award. We're the only high school in Indiana to be labeled a blue ribbon high school. It used to be a national blue ribbon. That program's been cut, so now it's a state blue ribbon high school. So kudos to our team for doing that. Fantastic accomplishment. I always say that because our primary school principal's in the crowd and they'll get mad at us. It is a true team effort to accomplish this.
So the criteria, who sets the criteria for that?
Mr. Merkel, I want to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I just know that there's a process that high schools and schools are evaluated. It was a very arduous lift, as Ms. Wilson will help us kind of fill out the application to be approved as a blue ribbon school through the federal process. And then that application reviewed before you're actually designated a blue ribbon school. So it's some people that look at data and give you the opportunity to apply to be a blue ribbon school.
So is it approved by the state or national?
As we speak today, it is a state award. 2 months ago, it was a national award.
Okay.
But that program has been cut at the national level. But the state of Indiana recognizes its value and will continue it. We'll be in Indianapolis Friday night celebrating that.
Anything else? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Set a new record, Stephanie?
No, not quite.
Bombers.
Bomber is